I'm out the way right now, learning to be alone.
Adam Makowka killed my best friend. I will not shut the fuck up about this. I need you guys to see his face. I need you guys to see his face. I need you guys to repost this video. I need you guys to get this out there. I need him to get first-degree murder. This was 100% premeditated. He sat outside her apartment for 15 minutes before he found a way to get to her fire escape, stacked chairs up. I don't even know whose fucking chairs he stacked up to get to the fire escape. Had to climb all the way around the house because she's on the 3rd floor, so you have to walk on top of a roof to get there. Opened up her window, her door to her room that leads to her balcony, and broke in.
Being a Black woman in America is already a full-time job with no pay, no benefits, and no protection. Add domestic violence to the mix, and now you're working overtime on broken bones and borrowed time. And God forbid the man putting hands on you is white. Because when that happens, suddenly the media loses its voice, the police misplace the facts, and your story gets buried under local obituaries and whitewashed silence. You'll have to dig through the internet like it's a crime scene just to find a single article that even mentions your name. And if you're lucky, the reporter might have actually cared enough to ask someone who knew you. Take the case of 22-year-old Jerkera Battle. She was young, Black, and stuck in a long, violent relationship with a 27-year-old white man named Adam Makowka, who, like most unhinged boyfriends in this country, had the emotional range of a toddler and access to an AR-15. Because of course he did. Jerkera had the audacity, the nerve to try to leave, to start over, to raise her 3-month-old child in peace. And just when she found a glimmer of joy in another man, Adam did what entitled, angry, violent men do. He made sure if he couldn't have her, no one else would. He erased her. Because in this country, even Black women's joy is a threat. Welcome to the American Crime Femicide channel. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future uploads.
What do you want?
I want a white house with blue shutters and a room overlooking the river so I can paint.
Anything else?
Yes. I want a big old porch that wraps around the entire house.
Jerkera was a sweet young lady who grew up in Allentown with dreams of becoming a dental hygienist. She loved dogs, reading books, hanging out, and being silly with her friends. She treated them all, including her dog, like family, because losing her mother in 2014 left a hole in her heart that nothing else could fill. She carried that heart on her sleeve, and while that might be a beautiful trait in theory, for women like Battle, it often ends up being dangerous. Good-hearted people don't always ask enough questions. Instead of wondering why someone doesn't have close family around, or why no one seems to like them, or why their exes always come with horror stories, they focus on how they can help. They see the brokenness and believe love can fix it. And by the time they realize they were never safe, it's too late. Sadly, that was the case for her. She had been in a relationship with Adam for a couple of years. A relationship that, beneath its awkward, nerdy surface, was violent and controlling. The abuse? She kept most of it to herself. Maybe 1 or 2 close friends knew. Most thought he was strange, but not strange enough to intervene. Because, of course, nobody wants to be the judgmental friend. At first, he was sweet and quirky, but the deeper she got, the more she noticed the cracks. His family didn't want him around. He was angry, isolated, quick to explode, and had multiple guns. Because what's a fragile ego without a weapon of mass destruction to back it up? Still, Jerkera tried and failed. When things got too bad, when the fear outweighed the hope, she finally left. But by then, she was pregnant, scared, alone, staring down motherhood without her own mother or the baby's father. But she had faith, and friends, and resilience. In May 2025, she gave birth to Noah, a beautiful baby boy she adored with all her heart. He became her reason, her joy. She was even seeing someone new, a man named Joshua. someone who made her feel safe again. But because she knew what kind of man Adam was, she kept the relationship quiet. She tried to protect her peace, but Adam was watching through the baby monitor. That's how far the obsession had gone. When he saw her trying to move on, he didn't take it as a sign to heal. He took it as a declaration of war. He filed for custody, despite being unemployed, emotionally unstable, and still living with his parents. It was never about Noah. It was about control. And when court didn't move fast enough for him, he came up with his own solution. On July 22, 2025, police were called to the 700 block of West Turner Street at around 4:23 a.m. There, in the hallway of her apartment, they found Jerkera dead, shot multiple times, murdered in cold blood. According to court records and her man Joshua, Adam entered the apartment by climbing up the fire escape and sneaking through the roof access. He didn't come to talk. He didn't come to negotiate. He came armed with an AR-15 rifle and enough rage to fill the Grand Canyon. He shot Jerkera multiple times in the hallway, then stormed the bedroom where Joshua and baby Noah were sleeping. He aimed the rifle at them and started firing. According to Battle's family, Adam wasn't just trying to kill Jerkera. He was trying to kill Noah too. Let that sit. A 3-month-old baby. His own son. That was the level of hatred coursing through his veins. But the plan didn't work. The rifle jammed or ran out of bullets. Joshua wrestled it from his hands, and Adam fled. He ran like the coward he is, left the rifle behind, walked out the front door. Surveillance footage later showed him arriving around 3:45 a.m. in his Honda Civic, carrying a rifle case and wearing a sweatshirt. He was seen fleeing at 4 a.m. empty-handed. The case and sweatshirt were later recovered from the building's roof. By 6:35 a.m., he was arrested in Lansdowne, Delaware County. He has since been charged with criminal homicide, attempted homicide, and 2 counts of aggravated assault. The fact that he's still alive and breathing is a slap in the face. But the media coverage, sparse, dry, lacking every important detail. You never know the child was almost killed. You never know she was being stalked through her own baby monitor. You never know about the history of abuse or how hard she fought to start over if not for her friends. A TikTok user by the name of Strashcan claimed to be Battle's best friend. She posted multiple videos calling out the silence, demanding Adam be held accountable.
Listen now, if you've never stopped scrolling, I need you to do it this time. This time, I need you to stop scrolling for real this time. Adam Makowka. Remember this name, Adam Makowka. Adam Makowka murdered my best friend at 4 a.m. this morning. Ignore the mess, I'm moving in. This morning at 4 a.m., he broke into my friend's house. He broke into my friend's house, who just had his baby, by the way. He is an ex-boyfriend of my best friend, Jerkera Battle. He broke into her house with a AR-15 and shot her multiple times. I will not rest until this man gets first-degree murder. He waited outside for 15 minutes before he did it. 2 to 3 days prior, when he found out that she had another boyfriend, a different boyfriend, because he is an ex now. He followed them home after he watched them on the baby camera first, and she changed the password. And once she changed the password and he couldn't watch them anymore, he came to her house. And once they left her house to take her new boyfriend home, he followed them to her new boyfriend's house. This man has been emotionally and physically abusing her for years. We have told her about him. We can only tell somebody about somebody so much. She knew who he was. We didn't know he would ever do something like this. Obviously, you never think somebody's going to be fucking stupid enough to do something like this. but we knew he was fucking stupid. We knew he was a dick. We knew he was an asshole. He called her slurs. He called the baby slurs. He called his family, his parents. They will not fucking get away with this shit. They allowed his behavior to slide. He drug her through their house, his parents' house, because that's where this 27-year-old man lives. And they knew that. They weren't home at the time, but they have a Ring camera. They watched her run out of their house barefoot, baby carriage in hand with Noah in it, and him fucking screaming at her. They knew about that shit. They know about his behavior. His sisters are terrified of him. This man broke in through the fire escape. If you knew where the fire escape is in that fucking house, on that house, you would, like, there's no way that shit isn't premeditated. She lives in a row of houses, an apartment in a row of houses. To get to that fire escape, you have to walk all the way around those row of houses. This shit still doesn't even sound fucking real, but like, the amount of bullet holes in that fucking house, I had to go in there. I had to go in there. When he ran, he let her dog out. I luckily work at the animal shelter, so I immediately called my boss when I found out and told her that I would be taking her dog. My dog was nowhere to be found, and my best friend had my dog. I was moving, and I'm moving, still currently moving, and she was watching her for me while I moved because she's old and I don't want her to have to walk up all these stairs during this time, and she loved her company. She kept telling me she didn't want me to take her anyway. Every time I said I was going to come get her, she told me she didn't want me to take her, and she felt safe. She felt like she would be there when shit like this happened because I have a cane corso and she is bred for stuff like this. But because I have a cane corso, her new boyfriend wasn't up to my cane corso standards. So she had to put her in the crate. Not that she would do anything to her, but she would definitely, you know, be loud and be iffy, and it would take some time. And nobody really wants to do that with Faith. But either way, if she was out, I'm almost positive she would have done something to Adam. Nonetheless, I have her dog, I have her cat, I have my dog. What I don't have is justice. He will get first degree. I want him to get first degree murder. I will not rest until he gets first degree murder. That shit was beyond premeditated. He fled an hour away, and they caught him an hour away. I pray this shit will not rest. I will be back. I will be posting about this shit. I will not shut the fuck up about this shit. Justice for Kira, bro. Like, that ass. Making this video will never be easy, and I will have to make it over and over again until people hear me. Adam Makowka killed my best friend yesterday at 4 a.m. in the morning. He broke into her house and murdered her with an AR-15, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned what kind of gun he used in the last video, but he had an AR-15. He emptied that gun in her small one-bedroom apartment with her 2-month infant son in the house. I will not rest until this man gets first-degree murder. I will not stop posting about this. I will not screaming justice for Jerkera Battle. He took our light. It's not easy to talk about this shit, bro. I'm not one to cry on fucking camera, bro. I'm not one to cry on fucking camera, bro. But he took someone who was very well known in our fucking town. In our small fucking town, bro. He took somebody that was very well known. The amount of feedback I got from so many people from our past that we grew up with, so many people from high school, seeing all their faces and all the flashbacks coming back, watching the videos of her and seeing nothing but smiles, bro. Nothing but smiles from her. I know she fought for her fucking son when this shit happened. Adam Makowka will not get away with this shit. He sat in front of her house for 15 minutes before he went in there and went around the building to find the fire escape. It's not easy to understand how to get to that fire escape just from sitting at the top of her fucking balcony. It's not easy. You'd have to literally walk around to see how to get there. That shit was premeditated. Like, very. He won't be getting away with this shit, bro. Bro, on my life, on my soul, he will not be getting away with this shit, bro. This is my third video on this. Adam Makowka killed my best friend. I will not shut the fuck up about this. I need you guys to see his face. I need you guys to see his face. I need you guys to repost this video. I need you guys to get this out there. I need him to get first-degree murder. This was 100% premeditated. He sat outside her apartment for 15 minutes before he found a way to get to her fire escape, stacked chairs up. I don't even know whose fucking chairs he stacked up to get to the fire escape. Had to climb all the way around the house because she's on the 3rd floor, so you have to walk on top of a roof to get there. Opened up her door to her room that leads to her balcony and broke in. This man 100% premeditated his behavior. He put his 2-month-old infant son in harm's way, and this shit will not fly, bro. And I need you guys to see the person he took. I need you guys to see the person that he took from us.
Not having a shot collar for Jerkera. She's a bad nut.
Did you see hang the turkey? Not the shit.
Not a voice, punch before you want that gun. And who you kill? Steady talking like you get a drill.
No way. Patricia. Why it look like that? And that shit just better and that shit just better bust, bro. That smoothie is so gross, though.
Jerkera's brother, Alkemul Smalling, now known as Guardian, spoke with local content creator Eddie Aviles, sharing even more details about what the media left out. Details that humanized Jerkera and revealed just how calculated this murder really was.
Was I accurate in my information that he walked up the fire escape and shot her with AR-15?
That's very accurate.
And he stalked her outside.
He ran her off the road the week before, crashed her windshield. She didn't report it. 5 days later, he showed up to her apartment and
He
shot
ran her off the road a week before that.
Police did. She reported it. Nothing.
She reported it?
They had a custody dispute going on.
So wait, I want to get this right. She reported that he ran her off the road.
Of course, somebody ran her off the road. She didn't say who.
Okay. And I got you. But you heard that one too, right? Anyway, I'm trying to stay positive. We're going to keep it positive out of a negative situation. And remember this young man right here.
Say bye. Say bye, everybody. Say what up? I'm Baby Noah, and you're going to see me grow up. Eddie's going to be coming by a whole lot.
Battles only had 3 months with Noah. 3 months of late-night feedings, lullabies, and baby smiles. Adam made sure those 3 months were spent in fear, and then he made sure she'd never see another one again. Now her family is raising her son, not because they planned to, but because a bullet made them. And like most Black families forced into tragedy, they're doing it while navigating grief, trauma, and the unexpected financial toll. Because that's what happens when the state protects abusers' gun rights more than victims' lives. You don't just lose a loved one, you inherit the entire weight of their unfinished life.
22nd at 4 o'clock, Jerkera was murdered. And unfortunately, we're left here with Noah, 3-month-old baby. And tonight we just celebrate.
Hey, go and start crying.
Not for real.
I want to say something.
Is this for cute?
Put the song on. No, put the music. Put the song on.
Put her. Rod Wave. Rod Wave. Rod Wave. Yeah, Kira. Yeah, Kira. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, boy.
This is so good.
Oh, they can't get Noah's up. Noah's holding on to his mama.
Jerkera was finally stepping into her next chapter. She was happy, growing, in love, a new mother ready to rebuild. She wanted to give Noah what she lost in 2014, a present, loving mother. But Adam couldn't let that happen. If she wouldn't belong to him, she wouldn't belong to anyone. That's the logic of a man raised on entitlement and armed with a rifle. She deserved life. She deserved joy. She deserved the chance to raise her baby without violence hanging over her head. Instead, her name is added to the growing list of Black women failed by silence, the courts, and a culture that won't admit how dangerous male fragility truly is. May Jerkera Battle rest in peace. May her story be told. And may baby Noah grow up surrounded by the love and protection his mother fought for until her last breath.